All right, I want to walk you through a very specific type of lure that I use, and this is what many people call soft plastics. So what you see in front of you is the first example. This is a finesse lure, about 7 to 8 inches or so, and this is great for imitating things like herring, even some sand eels on the bottom. This one, though, is truly like a sand eel imitation. I don't remember who made this one in particular, but definitely one of my favorites. This has, as you can see, the sinker is within the lure itself. It's molded in. This one is just a true soft plastic, but it does have the slit here so that when you can hook it through the front, you could hide the hook and bury it and make it essentially weedless. So both of these have a tendency to imitate a slim profile bait like sand eels or eels or herring, and that means they can be used in a number of seasons and a number of ways. So I like to use these early in the season if herring are running early in the fall, April or May timelines, and especially when you start to see a lot of bay anchovy or spearing start to flood into the inlets. These are other great types of lures to use for that. Conditions, if you're using this one here, this is really good even if it's in a rough surf and work it slow. The paddle tail will give it some really nice effect as it glides through the water. And this one as well, I like to use this on a jig head, so this can also be used in rough water as well, but if it's calm, sometimes I just throw it without the actual weight and just let it glide along the top. And usually when I do that, I get a bunch of bluefish. So the smaller version of these are really good for things like fluke or weak fish, and this size here is good, much better for bluefish and striped bass. This size here is about maybe 6 inches, 7 inches, and this one is really good for bigger fluke, bluefish, and striped bass. These did come in I don't know who makes them, but they did come in a smaller version that I use quite a bit for weak fish, and they were like in a bluish color, but also in a white. So when I think about all the things I could probably pull in my bag, this isn't so much of a search lure for me as it is, if I know there's very specific bait types out there, like large spearing or sand eels, I'll pull this out. And if that's the case, I'll generally fish off jetties because these are fairly lightweight. And if I'm fishing for fluke, I'll be on the bottom of the jetty casting this parallel through the trough and just working it through in and out of that trough to see if any big fluke or stripers are just sitting there. So again, it's not so much the brand here, but the type of bait style is the soft plastic slim edition or slim profile. And again, these are fantastic. If you're a beginner, I would suggest, getting a few of the smaller size of these and throwing them on jig heads and working them slow off the bottom. If you can find these, I would recommend them also, working around the jetties, inlets, especially if you're going to work for fluke or weak fish towards dusk and dawn. That's a really, really good time to do it, and that you don't have to cast too far off the rocks. So good luck, and we'll be back with more lure reviews.